Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Vika Mesti Andriana, usually called Vika, NPM 2016-041062, from regular class B. Here, I will explain the theme of youth and public administration with the title The Role of Youth in Realizing a Good Future for Public Service in Indonesia. The role of youth in realizing a good future for public service in Indonesia. According to Law Number 25 of 2009 concerning public service are a series of activities in the context of fulfilling service needs in accordance with the legislation for every citizen and resident of goods, service and or administrative service provided by public service provider. Youth is an individual who, when viewed physically, is experiencing development, and psychological is experiencing emotional development, so that youth are a human resource for development both now and in the future. Youth generally have critical thinking skills, have not been contaminated with any interest, so that in their opinion, youth are more free and honest as they are. Reflecting on history, the role of youth is very important, seen from the movement of Budi Utomo in 1908, the youth pledge in 1928, the proclamation of independence in 1945, the movement of youth student in 1966, up to the student movement in 1998, which has brought the Indonesian nation into the world Reformation period. This provides the youth are able to play an active role as the front line in the process of struggle, renewal, and nation building. The number of young people in Indonesia should be a valuable asset to improve and assist the government in fulfilling the country's ideals, especially in effort to accelerate the fulfillment of quality public service. Youth and public service have a very close relationship. In Law Number 40 of 2009 concerning youth, the government and regional governments have the task of providing public service to youth, starting from service to coordinate youth service, providing youth infrastructure and facilities, facilitating youth organization, learning organization, and student organization, providing fund to support service, youth, and so on. Based on the above, it can be interpreted that youth is a subject in public service. Youth can play a role as social control in the implementation of public service. There are several ways that youth can do in an effort to improve the quality of public service in Indonesia. First, raise awareness of the rights and obligations of the community in public service by providing education and socialization about public service. Second, raise a critical attitude toward the implementation of public service by playing an active role in supervising public servants and submitting criticism, suggestion, input, and complaints in public service. Third, increasing youth participation in policy formulation in public service. Not only that, youth will talk and action that they'll provide benefits in government administration are certainly able to neutralize act of maladministration in the public service sector. Boldly, reporting all acts of fraud will help the state in creating good and clean conditions. So what are the concrete steps of youth in realizing a good future for public service in Indonesia? What can youth do? So, when viewed from its function and role, as law number 40 of 2009 concerning youth, youth are a source of moral strength, social control, as well as agent of change in the national development agenda. So that in order to realize good public service in the future, youth can be part of the improvement of this public service in various ways. Namely, first, youth can play a role as a source of moral strength in public service, for example, giving appreciation to officers who serve well in order to increase enthusiasm, loyalty, and be an example for employees in other public service agencies. Second, youth can act as a tool for social control by paying attention to public service activities, especially those that have the potential for irregularities or maladministration. For example, if they find irregularities in public service, either directly or based on information from other parts, youth can complain or report to public service providers. Third, acting as an agent of change to improve the quality of public service can be done by participating in educating the public about the process of public service, both their rights and obligations as service providers, such as disseminating positive information about public service, there through social media or word of mouth dissemination on various occasions, either on campus or in the neighborhood. Indeed, the state is obligated to serve every citizen and decided to fulfill their basic rights and needs within the framework of public service. This is the mandate given not only in the public service law, but even in the 1945 Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia. Not only that, it is also necessary to build public trust in the implementation of public service, give that public expectation about the quality of public service continue to increase. Legal norms are needed to provide clear arrangement to improve quality and ensure the provision of public service in accordance with general principles of good governance, as well as to provide protection for every citizen and decided from abuse of authority in the administration of public service. Therefore, we as young people are expected to continue to care about the country, especially in improving the public service system so that it becomes more qualified, such as instilling a sense of love for the homeland and understanding the ideals of the Indonesian nation, because we are the next generation whose real action is needed to feel independent, also to continue to be active in educating the public to be brave to report and offers the process and improvement of public service through submitting complaints on the right channels so that good public service can be present in all lines of people's lives. And lastly, we as the younger generation must can develop national identity. That's all from me. More or less I apologize. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.